If you watch a NASCAR race this year, chances are you're going to see this gentleman right here, Mike Massaro. He's going to be in the pit acting as a reporter. Thank you so much for taking the time with us today. We're at an amazing speedway. What are you going to do when you're in the pit? What's your job? What's your role?
Well, much like you would do if you were a sideline reporter for football, you basically walk the sidelines, in this case pit road, and report what's going on. We'll have a section, there'll be 4 of us, and we'll break it up, and we'll each have equal portions of the field, and we'll be able to convey to the viewer what our drivers have been going throughout the course of the race, perhaps reveal some of their strategies, and basically give them a little bit of insight as to what their favorite driver is encountering through the course of the day.
Because years and years ago, it was this, the angle that we're looking at, and that's pretty much everybody who was watching at home. That's what they had. You're giving such a unique perspective on this sport. What's it like to be able to bring that to everybody?
It's exciting. I mean, it's so fast-paced. I gotta admit, it's loud, it's hot, it's somewhat chaotic, but man, you feel the energy, and hopefully you're able to pass that along to the audience.
I think a lot of people at home, they might, maybe they haven't tried out NASCAR before. What's it like? Describe the sport, and what turns people on about it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of action, obviously, a lot of speed. Sometimes there'll be a crash here or there. Some people like that. But what I really enjoy is seeing the competition at the front of the field to see what strategies are going to ultimately win the race, and which driver is most determined to get that win, and how far that driver's willing to go to get it.
What's the field looking like this year? I know NBC, big presentation. We've got NASCAR now. So what's the field like this year? Who's looking good?
Well, right now, so far, Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick, who's the defending series champion, both those drivers have risen to the top of the field so far. Combined, they've won the majority of races, but there have been 9 different winners throughout the course of the season, so there's been some parity. We're about halfway to the chase, so we haven't established the entire field yet. A lot of racing still yet to come as we get closer to NASCAR's playoffs, and so that's exciting in itself to see who's actually going to qualify to run for the championship.
And now it's not runs or hits, this is points. It's a point system, right?
It is a point system, but wins are very important when it comes to the chase. Essentially, if you win a race, you've locked yourself in with one of the 16 chase positions. Now, they're going to take all the winners at the end of the regular season, at the end of the first 16 races. Those winners will qualify for the chase, and then they'll backfill. Let's say, for example, there's 3 positions that are still up for grabs. Those 3 positions will be established based on points.
See, I get it now. Thank you so much for chatting with us today. So now,
my pleasure.
You have to watch NASCAR, and if you are looking down the pit, you're going to see this gentleman. So here at Loudon, it's kind of like the Big E of food, except that there are 100,000 people watching NASCARs fly by. So if you want some interesting new foods or some old favorites, come on down and watch a race at Loudon.
Traditional concession items like hot dogs, hamburgers, all that traditional stuff that's here, but we also like to step it up a notch and bring the New England flair into it. We have what we call the Light Lobster Lounge, which is a seafood inspired lounge area that's on property. We also have a restaurant in the infield that is very much focused on barbecue items. In our concession stands this year, we've got 2 great new items called our WOW items. One of them is a surf and turf burger, which is a traditional 8-ounce hamburger with lobster meat on it, coleslaw, bacon, and just all that yumminess added into it. So it's got a little bit of the kick of the New England style. We also have a fish and chips on a stick, which is new this year, which is haddock and potatoes, battered, fried on a stick. Everybody loves stuff on a stick. It's always better. But those are 2 of our new items. We also have lobster rolls, pulled pork stuff. We have pretty much a little bit of everything. But beyond the fact that we have such great, unique food items here, one of the good things about New Hampshire Motor Speedway, unlike other sports venues, is that you can bring your own cooler into the facility with your own food and beverage. So you don't have to feel like you have to buy stuff here, but if you want something different and unique, we've got you covered.
If you never thought about watching it before, NASCAR is really intense. So I'm going to pop on this helmet, hop in a race car, and see if I have what it takes. Just a word of warning, NASCARs go about 200 miles an hour, so if anyone ever asks you to get in a NASCAR at full speed, I think you should probably say no. Luckily, the ride that we were on topped out at about 80 miles an hour, and that being said, it certainly felt like a very, very difficult ride. I can't imagine how people do it lap after lap after lap. I stood in line with my helmet and waited, but they don't mess around here. Safety first here at Loudon. Fixed my helmet to me, they put on my neck pad, and I was ready to go. Now, a race car is not like a street car. You don't open the door and get in. In this situation, you have to crawl right through the window. Then I met my driver, who, by the way, very nice guy. He told me what we could expect for the day, and that was to have a couple of fun laps. Every turn is like going on one of those teacup rides. It smushes you against the side of the car, and boy, is it an exhilarating rush.
Whoa, that was nuts.
How was it?
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You bet, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Come out the same way you came in.
Okay. All right. That is why you need to watch NASCAR. It's nuts.
Woo. We ended our race at the winner's circle.
We are in Victory Lane. This is where the race ends. The winning car comes here. The driver gets out of the car, comes and stands on this podium. Confetti explodes from the sky and rains down on the champion, who could very well go on to win the whole NASCAR series. If you want information on all things NASCAR, all you need to do is go to mymassappeal.com. Now, sometimes people change tires on their own car, but with a NASCAR, it's a little bit more difficult. We're here with Chris. He's the director of marketing. Chris, all the magic, they say, of this race, a lot of it happens in the pit. Tell us a little bit about what goes on there.
Yeah, they're exactly right. So, you know, it's rough on the cars. They're going to run out of fuel. The tires are going to start to eat away. They got to change them. So they come into a pit row, and that's where they can really make up some speed, especially at a track like New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So they've got the very best crews, and they can change 4 tires, fuel in less than 13 seconds, and get them right back out there on the race.
You're telling me that a car can pull in, get refueled, have all their 4 tires changed in 12 seconds?
That's what the going rate.
When I go get gas in my car, it takes me 5-10 minutes easily.
Right.
So it's that easy. And the people who do it, the people who change the tires, they're not just any old schmo. These people, some are former athletes.
Absolutely. You know, most of them they've played sports, basketball or football in college, if not in the pros. And you can see why. I mean, just lugging around, you know, the jack is pretty heavy. The gas can itself weighs 90 pounds, and they've got it propped up there.
Okay, so Chris, I'm going to try to beat 12.5 seconds, which I'm pretty darn sure is impossible. And now when they're doing this, they need to jack the car up,
Yep.
They need to refuel it, they need to take the wheels on and off the car.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
So I'll be your jack man.
Thank you.
You grab that. I'll give it a couple pumps, and you try to take it off.
All right, set the clock and go. All right, let's go. You get this. Tell me when.
Go.
Wrong way.
Wait.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Wait. No, it's sorry.
Is that the wrong one?
Yeah, it's this. Do you want to start over?
No, not at all.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, it ran away. Okay, this is. I would have already lost the race.
Get it synced in. There.
Okay, it's stuck in there. How do you get it unstuck, Mike? Uh-oh. Whole thing's off. All right, this is embarrassing. What do you think, Mike?
No, you got that in there pretty good.
Did we forfeit the race? Okay. And we're back.
And then you go right back on.
And they're right back on?
Yeah.
And now flip it and put them back in?
Yeah. Wait.
Oh.
Gotta put one on and thread up.
Oh, yeah, thread them up first. Okay.
Go.
Oh!
And
All
we
right.
officially lost.
Well, here's the thing. We missed one. It's still gone, so the car is completely undrivable. There was no gas in the car. I'm easily over a couple minutes, so the next time you're watching a NASCAR race and you see these guys jump out of the pit, it's serious business, and the little seconds can make the difference in who wins or who loses a NASCAR race.